Welcome to the stream of Torment, Tides of Numenera. Can you get the controller? It's there. Alright, we are ready to play now. Let's continue. So what we want to do here now is to examine the stone head, right?
I'm ready.
Gain the 2 experience points, and then through your eyes, Koi looks at her father's maker. Sadness seeps out of her into your mind. The realization that this shadow is all that remains of him. And then a revelation shakes her, and she speaks to you softly. The marker is all that remains out there, but he is not gone, not truly, just changed. Then you are alone again in your mind. So when you are alone in your mind, let's see what you have to do. You have to leave, of course, to choose stone. Choose stone number 2. Number 3. So we save here. Then two, 4, 4, 1. So how to sum the pillar here. Let's see.
I'm going.
2 experience points. Joy stirs in your mind. She sees what you see. You feel what she feels. But you cannot put a name to her emotion. Acceptance of her fate, perhaps, or resignation, or pain at her parents' pain. Beneath that, something else, comprehension of the depth of their love for her, revealed only when she was stripped away. She whispers inaudibly. And with that, Joy's entire essence changes. She is no longer a corpse mouldering inside you, nor a curse hung from your mind, a grate of regret that could rasp your soul raw. No, she's a palm now, however slight, the same sense that what is broken can be repaired, what is severed made whole. Kind 15 experience. Then you're alone again in your mind. So after that I guess I have to use the terminal to finally end up in the custom stone. So I have this trophy now, I think. Let me see, my Steam should have a trophy right now. I cannot use the Steam here up. Peacebringer, yes, I just have it now. Alright. Alright. So how to use the terminal to finally end up in the first custom stone.
Let's go.
You see already. Terminal 3431. Yeah, number 1 option. Let's do a save here. Okay. And then on the right wall there are 3 panels. Let's see. Let me put this here. And save. There I go. Now on the right hand there are 3 panels, so interact with the 2 you are allowed to. Then succumb to it and accidentally freeze. That's what I have to do. So let's check. This is status are all of the same person in the first cast off, presumably. Each of them wears a different mask. So, examine. This freeze appears to have been defaced. There are 2 figures facing each other in number, but it's impossible to make out any more than that. The carvings here displaying 2 figures side by side on a crag overlooking a plateau with a white disc at its center. The scene is familiar. A wave of dizziness envelops you, and you steady yourself against the rough stone. This does not help. The memory flows out through the stone in rumbling pulses, overtaking your senses. Yes, the scene is familiar, because you experienced it firsthand when you rebuilt your mind in the labyrinth. And now, here, the full memory awaits you. Succumb to it. How to do it? Then accidentally freeze. The memory of that long day pours past you, cold as melting snow. You direct the first cast of skies toward the resource, rich plateau, where mere abreast, where one day stand. You ignore the laughter in your eyes, when your own constructs turn on you and make necessary repairs. And then the rush of time slows as she makes her way up a most hung path towards you, her eyes bright behind the mask. "I have something to show you," she says. You follow her to a deactivated portal. "I've got it working," she says. The doorway exists in two places at once, here and on the other side. Once you align them, she lays her hands and forehead against the stone, as though worshipping the thing. Your lip curls involuntarily, but you can't fault the results. The portal activates, answering the welling glow of the first cast-off's tattoo beneath her mask. The road of memory slows to a trickle, leaving you back in your body. You look over the mirror. Could that be the way to open the portal? Examine the freeze. Though the two figures are faded, you can still make out a few necessary details with the help of the memory you saw in the labyrinth. This frieze depicts the changing god and the first cast-off overlooking the site of Mirabest. They are side by side, not master and servant, but equals. Perception. Looking closer at their faces, you notice something interesting. The first cast-off is shown wearing a mask, as you remember. The changing god's face is chipped in places, as though someone tried to damage the freeze but failed. Okay. After this, let's sleep and see. Nesta how to combine with again, but thing is
another cast off, another stain. Look, I've gotta ask, why do you think so many of your kind cause so much pain?
this is a good voice acting, yeah, for all you got. So, why do so many humans cause so much pain? Why do so many ordinary humans cause so much pain? But ordinary people also bring good. I'm trying to think of a cast-off known for good deeds and greatness, and I can't. Scan thoughts. Perhaps they all take after their sire, at least on some level. You're not at my buyer, option 1. No. You're not an admirer of the way I conduct my business, then? He shrugs. You do what needs to be done. Silver tide raised at any moment. Okay? That's basically all anyone does. Then maybe the question is, why do so many cast-offs get into situations where what has to be done is so terrible? I mean, founding a murderous cult that is extreme. So options here. Maybe some people are just broken from the start. Okay. That is option 1. Worth thinking about. Yeah, maybe. He scratches his nose. Maybe it's time. Get moving, huh? Rotate the wrist at any moment. 6 options here. But I have to, let's move on. And quick save. Let's talk with Ring now. See if I can. Okay, I press Y and then go to Ring. Have you ever seen anything like this? But first, let's check.
Yes?
Oh yes, it takes her a while to notice you as she looks around me now. Have you ever seen anything like this place? No. Her mouth stays open as she gazes in wonder around her. There is nothing like this where I come from. Even the junkyard outside of the city was not as strange or creepy as this. Okay. So I think it has a certain charm, I think. Option 2. She looks at you like you had blood coming out of your eyes. Hidden lights have a charm. Castles have a charm. This place, I feel like it doesn't want me here just because I am not dead yet. She shivers. Okay. Now examine the massive door ahead. Let's see.
Yes, now. Updated my journal.
Quest updated on the builder's tray. Stark letters have been carved into the rock, above with a steady hand. Sharp memories emerge at the sight of the masked figure in the tableau. The first cast off. Countless footsteps have worn the track to, and apparently into, this mural. This is a gateway of something of some kind, but you can see no way of opening it. Matkina must not have known that the portal would be closed, else she would have said something. Whoever deactivated it must have done so recently. You look around the area. Maybe examining the environment will give you some sort of clue. Okay. So let's see how to read the epitaph. Number 2. Oddly, many of the words above are completely unreadable. It's not that they are in a language you don't understand. It's truth, and you recognize every letter. Every time you try to put it all together, the meaning slips from your mind. Maybe that part of the epitaph isn't meant for you. Your eye skips to the end of the message. She serves us still. So, after reading the epitaph, put your forehead against the door. like you saw the first twin in your memory. You lay your hands on the cold stone as the first cast-off once did, and press your forehead against the mirror. The skin around your tattoo crawls, then burns, but even with your eyes clenched shut, you feel the air of the tomb stirring. Wow. Nice. Save again. Now make a save here. We are going to continue on into Mirabest and then only a little bit into the Bloom area. In order to pack a few quick achievements along the space path, we will then reload the save you've made here to then re-enter Mirabest down the beloved path. Okay. So that means I have to do something like, let's see, first start I have to save in an empty slot, and we'll call it Despised we'll make a new save game. What? No. Let's see. The space is here, but I will make a new one beloved. Let's see. So I will keep the beloved file just in there, and then how to continue with the space. That's what I have to do next. Alright. After this, let's continue to the space route. Note, in this section and the next, we are going to be focusing on being despised by our active party of companions, and once that is done, we will be reloading your save, the save again, from the Valley of the Dead Heroes. As such, for this section and the next, I will be omitting unnecessary details such as quest progression and also acquiring items and experience. But before doing something, if I go to Steam, I will get an achievement here, I think. Not yet. Let's see. Sanctuary. I have to get to the sanctuary first. Alright. So leave the area. There's the trophy, Sanctuary. Quest updated on the Builder's Trial. And Codex entry of Dr. Mirabest on the Builder's Trial is completed. Now, Pag Requiem. This woman is dressed in functional ladies' clothing. Her hair is short, and her face is muscular and tense. You recognize her instantly from Tash's mirror, reckon. She chews on the inside of her cheek before she speaks. Must admit, I'm surprised you made it in. You realize by breaking open the portal lock, you've made our sanctuary more vulnerable to the sorrow. But you probably don't care about the results of your actions, do you? Your blundering pales beside the crimes of our Creator. Of course, I'm heading out to stop more of them. He is quiet for a moment, and then he bursts out again. You're looking for the changing god? The coward? He jerks a thumb at you. Right here. At least, she was telling everyone in Sago's Cliffs she was. Reckon. She looks at him coolly for a moment, and then at you. Is that so? Then you will be happy to know that we've got some surprises for you in store. I'd put a knife in you right now if I didn't think you'd leave me holding the body of a blameless cast-off. She looks back at you again. Problem with that slippery bastard who created us is that you've got to prepare to catch him. Right now, I've got nothing. She turns back to you. So ask your questions. I don't particularly care who you are. I pride myself on my honesty, unlike some. You can read no thoughts from her. They are muffled, as though something were interfering with them. Okay? So that's the sanctuary. That is not missable. It's the first time you see. You come here and you get the trophy automatically. So next thing is, what did you mean when you said I'd make this sanctuary more vulnerable? That's the first question, as you can see. So that's the first question. There's others that I know what you did in Colin Village. Where are you headed now? What crimes has our creator committed? Or I need to find myself. Is he here? First, what did you mean when you said I'd make this sanctuary more vulnerable? There are rumors that sorrow activity has increased recently. I don't buy these stories, but many of them do. She points a thumb behind to the other cast-offs. Your brothers and sisters, your family. Even if the sorrow is more active, it's still active, and they came here to be safe. Did you think the portal was sealed against you alone? Or did you think about anything but your desires? We sealed it for a reason, but I suppose you consider yourself too important. Oh boy. So, why do you care what I think? That's the second question here. Why do you care what I think? I had my reasons for getting in here. Other options are, be that as it may, I have important information to share. Or I just need to ask you a few questions, or I need to find myself. Is he here? But the right option is the number 2. No doubt they are good reasons, important enough that you'd threaten the one place where we've been safe from the sorrow for centuries. Frankly, I am not interested in hearing them. Oh boy. So, next is I need to find myself.
I'll remember that.
Quest received. The sanctuary of mere arrest. Her eyes narrow. No one has seen myself in over a decade. Atreus might know where he is. Talk to her. Her voice softens. Atreus might be the best of us. Treat her well, or I will be sure you pay in blood and pain. Or a threat. Okay. So, well, don't let me keep you any longer. Don't let me keep you any longer. Option 5. I have one more thing to say to you, and I want you to mark it carefully. The changing god, the coward, intends to kill us all. If you meet him, don't trust him. He is going to ruin us as surely as the sun. She turns and strides away. I wished you success, but well, the world has a way of disappointing us all. Okay, there's teleporting. Codex centric unlocked. Backracking. Okay, let's do a quick save here. Then I have to talk to others in the south. Oh no, Laska stuff has leveled up to tier 3. And let's see if I can get something out of this. Rain, no. Alligator, no. Electric, rain, no. Laska stuff, 3.1. Let's see. Think. So what I have to do now is to operate Anonesis. No es. Prove Anonesis. To level 1 trained. level here. Should be before instead. This is so that's yeah. That's a thing. Let me see back at the other. There's more. Oops, wrong way. Let's go here. Here. Ja, press H. Directe start. So how to do this, but later. So cancel now. Let's go back. Okay, nothing. There's nothing. Oregon. Oregon is tier 3, I think. Oregon. Only 6. Somos bem Eletriz nos gastou são os maiores limits of human capacity. Okay, let's go back. Try to find level here and only that. Let's go back. No way. Let's go back to the body. Again, yeah, I had to press extra effort. Yeah, increasing your max effort level will allow you to spend more effort when performing tasks. Okay, tier 3. So that's the thing. And let's go back. And let's see. Okay, I have to talk to other ranges now, but let me save here. Let me do a quick save. No, No? Some other stuff. More here. More stuff. Stuff. And here's abilities. Codex entry unlocked, anti-trees, and quest updated in the sanctuary. Also in this battle, Codex entry unlocked. So, how to speak with her? Atreus, even among all your symbols in Milavest, this woman is remarkably beautiful, clad in a robe of myriad colors. She carries herself with a distinct grace and ease. Her skin is dark brown, her hair rippling, midnight black. Her violet eyes blaze momentarily as you approach, and she holds up her hand. Her voice is musical and sweet. You are most welcome here, sister. I am Atreus. I am the peacekeeper of Milavest. Word of your birth and exploits has reached us here already. She smiles. News travels fast in the cast-off world, as I'm sure you've already seen. I know your desire to speak to myself. I even heard a rumor that you can alter the past, that you restored Matkina. This is strange to me. I have two memories on the subject. One in which Matkina is whole, as we all know her now, and another is in which her mind is incomplete. She laughs. Perhaps my mind is the one that is incomplete. That is very sincere, no? I do have a Mercaster here in which Masov is said to appear, but he is a friend to me, as are all of our family, as are all our family. Eventually, and I do not wish to expose him to danger. She shakes her head and smiles slightly. I must apologize. I do not mean to be rude, but if there is any chance it is true, I have some limited psychic ability. If you will permit me, I will examine your mind to get at the truth of these rumors about your powers. Options here are, let's see, if you must, is the first one. Let's see. You don't need to prove my mind. If it is the truth, it's the truth. I can change reality by using Mercasters. If you must, don't probe too deeply. My mind is my own. No one enters it but me. Let me ask a few other questions first. Let's go if you must. This will take but a moment. She places gentle fingers on your forehead, and you feel a swirl of color thread your innermost core. A kaleidoscope of emotion shakes you, a gamut of experiences recognized and echoed, magnified and reflected. When she removes her hand, her eyes are wet with tears. Forgive my doubt, sister. I believe you now. I believe you are capable of changing reality. Scan thoughts. Why would our desire have given her this ability? A side effect, perhaps, or Inigo tide raised at any moment. First updated the sanctuary of Budapest. She holds up a slender finger. But if anything, this makes me more leery of handing you a brother's Mercaster. If you wish to speak to myself, you must prove to me that you can be entrusted with the minds of one of our breed. You correct Mathina, but did you understand Dash? Did you take care of his innermost self as well? Before I can give you this Mercaster, I will have you speak with Melmoth Levian. It is my contention that we draw the sorrow to us with our abuse of the tides, which is why I do not use our tidal powers. I believe our use of these powers is inherently painful to those around us. For instance, was anyone with you when you awoke to consciousness? That's a good question. Two people, as an iron priest named Aliger and a nano named Calistage. They were arguing as I walked, and then I, no, I was alone, no, and I'm not sure. Two people. I'd triggered any similar intentions snapped into sharp focus. If they were lovers, for example, they might have fallen deep into love's spell. But if they were breaking apart, your blast of tender energy would have riven them, destroyed their relationship. She pauses, and you feel the tickle of her mind on yours. That's what happened, isn't it? They were not arguing for nothing. Go see Melmoth. Ask him about the tides. When you've done that, we will speak further. As you wish. That's the fourth option, but before, let's read. Will you give me the Mercaster after that? What if I don't do it? I will do it. I want to ask some other questions first. As you wish, I will return when I'm done. I look forward to speaking with you again. So that's what we said. And next part is going to speak to Melmoth. Return to Melmoth. Where are you, Melmoth? No, this stuff. Where are you? It's not nothing. No. No. Here it is. Your eyes are drawn to the tattered leather robes and the profusion of tubes that were this man. He is lighter, skinned, with piercing eyes and a hideous, pitted scar on his face. He could be handsome, but centuries of neglect have ravaged his looks. He looks you over and rasps. So you're the new cast-off, huh? come to ask me about my dendro core? Or do you have some other task, some other trick you need to show off? He waves his hand irritably. Never mind. You have questions for Melmoth. What? So what do I ask here is, Adris told me to come speak to you about the tides. That's the first option. Ignore the following ones. Tell me about yourself. I'm looking for myself. Or what can you tell me about the other cast of here or farewell? This option. You will find none better equipped to answer the questions. Certainly. The tides are an inextricable part of us, and he snaps a clamp on one of the attachments on a tube. Wait, she sent you to me? He peers closely at you. Interesting. Every time I talk about the tides, she argues with me, as if she'd spent a fraction of the time I have in studying them. Scan thoughts. What game is Adris playing? She probably said that we bring pain through our existence. Let me enlighten you. Everyone brings pain to others. I have experienced so many lives and memories, and one of the common threads of all of them is pain. Do we hurt other people? We do. But how do we differ from any mortal in this regard? Show me someone without pain, and I will show you a corpse. He winks, and then I will eat it.
I'll remember that.
Codec Ectri unlocked, Melmoth the Bear, and quest updated. The Sanctuary of Midavest. We are imperfect. We lick tides, or absorb them, or both. Our powers impinge on the minds of others, upon their nervous system. If you prefer, we draw strength from them. We change them in the process, and not usually for the better. This is regrettable, but unavoidable. Adris may have said that the Sorrow is hunting us because we abuse the tides or some such nonsense. But if that is the case, we are doomed by the nature of our existence. If true, why not use the powers we have? So many options here. Adris thinks that a tidal surge on my birth was responsible for a devastating argument between two humans. There's the fear, the right option. How do you know so much about the tides? Why do you think the sorrow pursues us? What did you mean when you said the tides were an inextricable part of us? What are the tides, anyway? Where did they come from? Let me ask some other questions, or that's all I needed. Farewell. Right option is the number one. It's entirely possible. The tides are a psychic force, and when we are born, our minds snap into a particular shape and force out the residue. An unprotected mind nearby might well absorb some of that energy and react in unpredictable ways. But what of it? Does this change anything in your life? Two mortals had an argument. Oh no. Oh ho. What do you mean when you said the tides were an integral part of us? That is option 3. Did you think that you could come back from the dead because you were born lucky? Our bodies require tidal energy. Cut us off from that energy and we dissolve. It's the way we are structured, the way our Sire created us. He invented a mental matrix and imposed it on the bodies he grew. I surmise that this matrix is what allows his consciousness to transfer, and what allows the tidal energy to permeate our forms. Without it, he grins and pulls his hands apart. Sploosh! But we have the advantage of being able to draw on this power for our own uses. He constructed each of us along different lines, and because of that, the patterns that hold us are different. It is any wonder that we should be able to channel this into tidal surges. Okay. What are the tides anyway? Where did they come from? Option 4. You know they are a psychic energy field. They pervade the greater Sacus Protectorate, but the pockets of tidal activity are localized in the ninth world. That suggests that though they are natural force, they are also artificially induced. Civilizations have risen around their use. He frowns, and civilizations have fallen. He scratches his nose. Odd thing. I have sought to decipher the accounts of those times, but the creatures that made them are strange. The sorrow shows up in images and sounds and spectra I can barely understand. He taps his head. That's why I sought a better method. You get the occasional disease, a strong mind that doesn't want to share its memories with you. But everyone wants to be remembered. Talk to the voices long enough. They realize you're their only true heir. Okay. Let's run it. Farewell. So we can save here. Then how to open companion chat with Ring again. It's stuck to Ring. You know me, citizens. I have the best goods in Greater Gallery. Triangle Ring.
What's the dearest talking about? The tides, I mean. Tides are a thing an ocean has, not a person. What did she mean?
So nice question there. The tides are something I use to control my world. Sorry. I need to reload. Bring the tie, quick load. Sorry about that.
What's the dearest talking about? The tides, I mean. Tides are a thing an ocean has, not a person. What did she mean?
The tides are something I use to control my world, to stay alive and make people do what I want. Oh, she rubs her arms as though she were cold. So you hurt people, like she said. Okay. If that is what it takes, yes. I try not to, but I can't always control them. Not if I can't help it. If that is what it takes, yes. It's no different than using strength or shapers to get what you want. Or you're thinking about what Toll used to do to you, aren't you? Option 3. I don't know about that. It feels different. Violating. She hugs herself more tightly. Silver tide raised at any moment. The woman who stole me, Toll, used to do that to me. She said it helped her, that she'd kill a grown-up if she couldn't use me. She brings a hand to her mouth. She hurt me, made me feel sick, sad and dying. I wanted to die a lot. That's why I ran away. I know it's none of my business, and I probably won't even know if you do it, but promise me, promise you won't hurt anybody like that, ever. I can't, I just can't. She shakes her head, unable to finish. So here, you're right, it's not your business. Yeah, I promise, Rain. I won't use the tides to hurt people. Lie, I promise, Rain. I won't use the tides to hurt people. Free, I won't do it unless it's absolutely necessary, like to save your life, for example. You're right, it's not your business. I don't tell you how to use your gods, do I? Sheeran's opinion of you has worsened. She examines her feet. No, I guess not. I'm sorry I asked. She turns away, but not before you see a tear fall from her cheek. So, Rain's opinion of you has worsened. Nice. That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted to do. She dislikes you now. How can I see that? By the way, how can I see the title of her? Okay. Okay, that's it. Rain dislikes. Okay. That's good, I guess. Anyway, let's see what to do now. Let's go to Adris. Okay. How had you spoken with Mammoth then? What did he say? So options here is, he said that the tides are within us all, and that we should use our powers as necessary. Or I had other questions. She laughs. I imagine he called me a fool, and worse. He has done many research into the tides than anyone else in Middle August. Tell me, did he say anything else? So after that question, he said I should ask where your powers come from, if not the tides. I awoke with them. They are not, as far as I am aware, any manifestation of tidal energies. It's not as though we have a measuring apparatus, of course, but I think I would know if I were using these forces. At any rate, I sent you to speak with Melmoth. Do you believe that he has conducted his studies with anything but his own power in mind? What question there? I was under the impression that beneath his exterior he cares deeply about others. Yeah, there's option 4. Let's go here. For a moment she stares at you. Really? I had not even received that impression. Not in the centuries I have known him. I have found him to be caustic and ill-mannered, but I realize that this may be my personal interaction with him speaking. My own view, of course, is irrelevant to the deeper truth that he has his own motives, and they may be purer than mine. Best updated, the Sanctuary of Mirabast. So I have another task for you. Andrenus and Raima are arguing. The recent negotiations between the Chaldeson and Pach broke down, and these two have taken it hard. They are like to come to blows if they cannot be reconciled. She bows her head. If one strikes the other, the laws of Mirabast best are clear. The attacker will be evicted. I don't know if the sorrow is truly more active, but they came here choosing safety, and it is my wish that they have it. Please speak with them. Scanthos, will she take control outside their minds as well, or will she let them choose their own path? All right, farewell. Best of luck, friend. Save. Alright, after this, let's talk to someone new now. Let's see. So at the immediate southeast curve of the center circle stands Raima and Andrenos, who Adris has assigned us with talking to. So first let's go to Raima. Okay, let's go to Raima. Oops, sorry. Raima Shiro. This woman bears a stutty smile, enjoying the anger in the man she is speaking with. You probably think if you won, then the endless battle will actually end. Andronos Sanhan. This man's face is flushed and angry. Veins throb on his forehead, and his eyes are focused on his companions. Stop talking, Raima. He speaks each word, gripping his weapon's belt with bloodless fingers. Stop talking, or I will prove you wrong right now. Scan thoughts. He planned this? Ridiculous. I would have known. Ah, but it won't do anything of the sort, Reimer replies, grinning as though she intends to eat the man for an screamer. Even this argument is part of his plan. Do what you have to do, Andernos. If not for the law, you'd already be dead, he says, and spits at her feet. Traitor. Fool. You child, she says with laughing scorn. You ingrate. Scan thoughts. A typical first militian response. Angry indignation. This is no way for family to behave, pardon me, or enough. Option is enough there, but let me see. Enough, yes. Option 3. They freeze mid-shout, breathless and silent, and turn toward you. They blink in unison. Red tide raised at any moment. Say, now that Aldris asked me to mediate your dispute. They react exactly like silent children. Andronos folds his arms and turns away from you. Raima flushes and stares at her feet. All right, she mutters at last. Tell us what you need to know. First, what exactly are you arguing about? The two watch each other warily for a moment, as if speaking first will somehow forfeit the argument. We mostly disagree, he says at last, on the amount of respect due our sire. He argues a cold brow at Raima, a silent question. She gets a reluctant nod. Tell me what is troubling you, Andronos. I just don't understand her, he says, flinging his hand in Raima's direction. The Chinching god abandoned us at birth, then fed us lie after lie when he chose to speak with us at all. She claims he has a master plan. I see a man who serves himself first and always. He doesn't care if we die. Even I care more if Raima dies than our sire does. Scan thoughts. Siblings? Huh. Sharing that bastard's consciousness doesn't make us related. He barks a bitter laugh. Did you know that he sparked the whole war from my body? He got the first angry at me. Then he detected this shell, leaving me to deal with the consequences. Good thing the first knows the difference between the face and the mind. He rubs his eyes. But Raima, look, I know how she feels. The sorrow is haunting all of us. It's nice to think that the changing God has a plan to protect us. It's just not true. I know. He glares at Raima, then looks back at you. Maybe you admire the changing God too. Hard not to. He's powerful. Everyone knows who he is. He jabs a finger at you, but he'd leave you dead, buried, and forgotten without a second thought. If you are anything like the rest of us, he already tried the day you were born. Okay? Let's hear your side, Raima. It's simple, sister. The endless battle is a test, and Andrena's side has been failing it for centuries. Our Creator managed to annoy the first enough that she stormed off in a huff. He even did it in Andrena's body. You think that this big of all people will understand what our side was thinking. She shakes her head, laughing. The fact of the matter is our Father created this sanctuary for us to protect us from the sorrow. But hiding isn't a strategy. Eventually we will have to take the battle to it. The gleam in her eyes is a blanket fire, and when that time comes, our Father wants an army who will follow his orders without question. He allowed the first to spread her doubts, and the traitors among us have flocked to her side. She tosses Andrenos a scornful look. Fools, she says, running her tongue along her teeth. Our Father has lavished power and praise on those of us who have been faithful to him. And once the first army falls, we'll be ready to take on the sorrow at our Father's side. She tips a grin at you, and you will be there, won't you? You are one of us. And that's it, she says with an elegant shrug. Simple. Like I said, Andrenos simply can't accept that his grand rebellion is all part of our Father's plan. Can't accept that we owe our existence and ongoing survival to him. She sneers at Andrenos. If you hate his sanctuary so much, why not leave? Scant thoughts, and he wants to kill each other over it. Better to spend our lives in the war itself. Okay? I'll hear your arguments. I'm ready to resolve your dispute. Andrenos and Raima go still and stoic, showing no sign of the emotions they displayed before. In this moment, they look very much alike, like family. So many options here. Do you really want to break the truce? This option is, you were endangering everyone with this petty argument. Both of you must leave Maida Pesta until this is settled. 2. Andrenos, she's right. You clearly hate it here. Leave before this argument turns to violence. 3. Raima, he's right. Our side doesn't care about us. Sometime outside mere harvest might convince you of that. Go. 4. I want you to stop this argument right now. Neither one of you is right. Do you really want to break the truce to kill each other over a point of view? Can't you put a stop to this? We are family after all. I need to hear more about your argument. Or farewell. Do you really want to break the truce to kill each other over a point of view? West updated. The Sanctuary of Mirabest. Andalus opens his mouth, shuts it thoughtfully. Finally, he speaks. You are right. We are safe here, but the sorrow is certain. If the rumors are true, I don't want to do its work. Gold tide raised a tiny amount, and indigo tide raised a small amount. All right, she says, letting out a ragged breath. Just let's talk about something else, Andalus. Can we do that? No? Okay, that's good. Let's do a quick save. No. Okay. Alright. So now, let's do a save and return to address one last time. Now, it is important not to quit out of the conversation until you reach the Mercaster interactions, as coming back to Atris again will trigger an unavoidable Aliker opinion improvement. Wait. Move it out again. Let's go. Haven't you helped Raima and Andalus come to a conclusion yet? I managed to persuade them to their senses. They are agreed to a temporary peace. Not yet. Answer some other questions for me first. Forget farewell. 1. She claps her hands softly. Well done. Well done indeed. To be free to choose is a part of life in Mirabest. We must own our choices, just as we own our responsibilities for the outcomes of those choices. Was updated the Sanctuary of Mirabest. Before I can allow you to alter the course of a brother's life, I will hear your opinion on something which touches the lives of all our kind. You have no doubt heard of the endless battle, but what do you know about it? Why do they fight, and who is right? She bows her head slightly. If, perchance, you have heard only a little about the conflict, you may wish to speak to your breeding before answering. So, I can give you an opinion on the endless battle now. I would like to ask you some questions first. I would like to learn more first. Farewell. 1. Very well. What do you believe the point of the endless battle is? Like anywhere, each side is trying to achieve its goals through force. is war, senseless violence caused by pride. Frankly, it's none of my business. Remember, the only purpose of it serves is to ruin the lives of those it touches. The fighting is pointless, but it's still profitable, and that's why it continues. Yes, but what are those goals, and why are they so important that neither side has conceded defeat in all these years? Okay. It's war, senseless violence. Not all wars are senseless. Sometimes war is the only means by which a group may achieve its goals. Okay. After that, no, there's always a peaceful solution. If both sides are willing to work hard enough. She nods. There is merit in standing by one's opinion. Only be certain that, in doing so, you do not shut your ears to the opinions of others. Gold tide raised at a small amount. Indigo tide raised at a small amount. She clasps her hands together. So, why do you think I have asked you this? No, let us start from the first task. Why would I tell you to talk to Mammoth when he ridicules my beliefs? You wanted to expose me to other viewpoints. Precisely. When we have incomplete information, we are exposed to alternate opposite viewpoints. How do we judge which is true? We must reach a conclusion at some point, but unless those conclusions are backed with incontrovertible evidence, you must never imagine that you have the sole grasp on the truth. And what do you imagine I intended when I asked you to intervene with Rema and Andanus? That's to resolve a dispute with regard for both parties, feelings and motivations. That is exactly so. My intention for you in this task was to have you change the lives of your siblings for the better, while they can still control their own bodies, to offer them alternatives, and see if you can provide them a route through their troubles that maintains their core goals. Then we come to the question of the endless path. What purpose does that discussion serve? Changing my beliefs with alternate viewpoints. Perhaps. Correct, and astutely judged. The goal in all of this was to make you question your assumptions, to see things through others' eyes. She holds your gaze. It may be that nothing of import happens in Seran's Numenera. You might enter, speak with Masov, and leave without altering him a bit. But even if so, there will be other mares. What if The next one is Mermoth's or Raima's or even mine. Whose assumptions will you take with you into that life? Whose goals will you accomplish and at what cost? You have the power to change the course of life, of many lives, without their permission or even their knowledge. You will have to weigh their desires against your own, deciding whether the needs of your life are more important than theirs. You will have to know with the utmost certainty and integrity what does one life matter. Scan thoughts. Seek your own answer, sister. That's what matters most. Oh, so many options here. So, it matters only as much as we let it matter. Options. One life doesn't matter except insofar as it serves a greater whole. Each life is important. Every person carries a world of potential. Each life should benefit others. One life doesn't matter. It is an infinitesimal spark against the timeline of cosmos. It matters only as much as we let it matter. We make our own meaning and our own truths. That is the right one. Life matters only if you experience it. If you let it wither and stagnate, it doesn't matter at all. What is life but the memories we leave behind? If you're not dead until you are forgotten. What matters is money, power, fame. One life can find new knowledge, making new discoveries, passing along knowledge, making humanity greater. That's the purpose of life. If you are talking about legacy, who cares? What matters is that you build something and use your life constructively. What matters is continuity of life, having children, creating our life, passing along experience. Option 4. This matches my personal experience as well. We have meaning where we find meaning, chaos where we lack it. Yet, you will do well to examine this belief. Svertai reads at any moment. Was updated the sanctuary of Milabast. From within her robes, she produces a small clean box. A stylized version of the changing god's secret is emblazoned across the top of it. This is the Merecaster of a cast-off named Seria. One brother looked into it once and reported seeing Serian in the fields of Ostifagan, and later speaking with Masov. I highly recommend you take care of any unfinished business before you enter the mirror. You can change the past, alter all. Anything might happen. Let me know when you are ready. I'm ready now. Let's do this. You have proven to me I can trust you. Only remember after you have learned in these tasks. Only remember what you have learned in these tasks. Be gentle with Sally. You are violating his mind. Be true to his path. Find what you need and enjoy without causing him harm. You have a duty to preserve his life as he intended it, if at all possible. She presses the box into your hands. Total energy wells swims around it, drawing you in like a maelstrom. You focus on it, opening your innermost eye, and you are torn from your body. Oh. When you first open your eyes, there is only a ruddy glow and frightening shapes and shadows around you. The air is hot and stifling. As your eyes adjust, you realize you're outside, but the sky is darkened by clouds of pitch. The ruddy glow comes from lava flows as they thunder down distant mountains into the volcanic fields all around you. Sharp towers pierce the sky, tapered like the bones of a rib cage. Indeed, they look like bones in every way, as does the ground beneath you. You appear to be standing on the spine of an enormous beast. The bottom of its jaw can be seen far in the distance, half buried beneath a layer of cold lava. Most of the bone towers look identical, but one shines from the inside with an odd blue light. The top of the glowing tower has been snapped off, and what looks like a transport hovers next to its beak. It's your weapon transport. You were sent here to find something. Twisted bridges connect the spine to the volcanic fields around you. In one direction lie enormous formations of obsidian, arches, spires, a wall. In the other direction, a narrow pass is carved into the mountain face. The field leading to the canyon is illuminated by hundreds of glowing lights. You know this body wasn't sent to find Masov, but Adri said he'd appear. Perhaps following through events will lead to him. So which option goes now? Let's see. After I enter here, first I have to say continue, yes. Then perception, explore the towers. Last cast off 90%. It's actually 100%. Success. You search through tower after tower. Some of the chambers you come to are filled with piles of dead and relics and broken ciphers, but nothing of value. Finally, you come across something promising. You find a staff made of some prior world metal. It's cold to the touch, unusual given the extreme temperature of the air itself, and burn marks blacking one end. Very likely this was used as a weapon. It may work again, but probably only once. You take the staff with you. Now, try to remember who you are. and how you can find myself. You are in the body of Syrian Daywalker, a Jack who can speak with the dead. Indeed, now that you remember that you can feel the dead all around you, you can hear them. It takes little for to know the stories of those who died here. You may even be able to imbue some of your life force into their corpses. Syrian is wearing a black, form-fitting suit that keeps off the worst of the heat. He carries a whip and various necromantic ornaments. Syrian was on a task for someone called the Numenera. He was sent here to find some kind of sphere. Perhaps Syrian's mission will aid you on your own. For options here, go to the obsidian formations. Crossing the volcanic plains, you arrive at the obsidian formations, massive structures of cold, shining rock leap from the ground, curling into impossible shapes. An enormous black wall rings most of the formations, rising 100 meters out of the ground in places. The obsidian formations are dark, quiet and desolate. A hot wind blows from magma flows further off. But here nothing flows and nothing lives. In the distance you can see the spine and bone towers, and in the other direction the plains stop at the sheer cliff face with a mountain pass carved in between. Explore this area. You search for anything remotely interesting, but the place is barren. As you are about to leave, an orange glow reflects off the rocks ahead. An enormous paw steps in your path, and the rest of the creature emerges. It's like a pillar of light with claws, 100 faces twisting its body, emerging, hovering, then melting back into the curling fire. The creature is easily 3 meters wide, and at least twice as tall. The word "mourn" bubbles to your mind. Attack the Hemorn with the staff you found in the bone towers. You aim the charred end of the staff at the center of the Hemorn and press the button on the side. Thunder claps in the air, and a scalding beam of light strikes one of the Hermon's faces. The Hermon howls in pain. Its rage wasn't directed at you before, but it is now. It charges at you. You try to fire the staff again, but nothing happens. The staff is useless. Run to the mountain pass. The Henmorn lets out a piercing cry. It stays right on your tail the entire way, forcing you to sprint, gasping for breath in the hot air. You can feel the enormous rage like a hand pressing against your back. It presses harder, squeezing your mind. The hemon's howl makes the ground tremble. Suddenly the pressure releases, and the air turns burning cold. You risk a glance behind you and realize you are in the center of the plains leading to the mountain pass. Surrounded by the fire waves, the Hemon grabbed waves one at a time, tearing them in two after tossing them aside. The waves rush forward together to defend themselves against the horrible beast. In their anger, you are forgotten and ignored. Explore the fields carefully. With the waves ignoring you, searching the fields is relatively easy. You find a kind of shield embedded in a molten rock, and you feel, rather than see, the strong presence of death here. Searching further, you find a copper sphere lying on the ground. With the sphere, with the wife's attention focused exclusively on the dangerous Hemon, it is easy for you to leap in and grab the sphere. None of the creatures notice you at all. Return to the spy. You are on the spine of a great dead monster buried in the lava. Rib-like towers just jut out of the ground all around you. A transport floats next to the top of one tower. Two landmarks are visible in the distance. Massive obsidian formations and a carved mountain pass beyond a field of glowing lights. Alright. Climb the tower to the transport. You are at the top of the broken bone tower. Jagged bone walls act as a kind of parapet. From here you can see the fields of Ossifagan even better. The spine below you, the obsidian formations in one direction, and the glowing fields in front of the mountain pass in the other. Floating just next to the tower is a hovering pod made of azure steel. A ramp leads from the parapet into the transport. Next, enter the transport. You step aboard. The transport does not appear to have been made with other humans in mind. There is only one room, enough for you to lay down, and even then you have to roll on your side and bend on your legs slightly. As soon as you have done so, the ramp recedes and the doorway disappears. Your stomach lurches as the transportation takes to the sky. At first, you try to peer out of this tiny portholes, but all you see is pitch black, presumably the volcano's black clouds. Eventually, they are replaced by the black of a starry sky. You try to see the land below, but it's impossible in the cramped space. Hours pass. Finally, the transport slows. Its humming ceases, and the door reappears. You step out of the transport, stretching painfully. You are in a strange cavern. Artifacts are strewn everywhere, in various stages of repair or experimentation. One wall is covered by a network of displays, showing people and things that mean nothing to you. In the center of the room is an enormous cage made from steel tendrils that twist together at the top. The cage lowers for a moment, and a figure walks out. He wears a thick cloak, but his face is most strange. It shifts and blurs, changing its features constantly. You get the impression you are seeing a person, but you can't define what that person looks like at all. His name comes to your mind immediately, the Chimera. Excellent. The Chimera's voice is metallic and artificial, shifting as often as the features of his face. His expressions are slightly changed, but all of them are smiling as he reaches forward and takes the sphere from you. I knew your unique gifts were coming in handy, Serian. I'm impressed that you found this Olympian so quickly. The Chimera sets the Olympian on a nearby table with a clock. He immediately picks up a variety of scanning tools, one after the other, proving the Olympian on its screen. And his secrets. He seems to have forgotten about you. You look around the cavern, but there are no stone entrances or exits. Nowhere this stuff could be except for this cage. For the cage. Where's myself? I need to speak to him. Myself? The Chimera's faltering voice slips from baritone to falsetto in a rapid series of notes. A dozen different eyes narrow with suspicion. I'm not sure that Thinker will tell you anything useful, but I can think of no reason to deny you. The Chimera turns and slides a hand along one of the metal tendons, although no discernible interface appears. He presses his finger against the metal twice and the cage begins to glow. The Chimera turns his attention back to the sphere, indicating you should enter the cage with a dismissive wave. Two of the metal tendrils become a kind of doorway. On the other side, Masov squats on some sand, adding star. Stars twinkle in the sky behind him, but they are no stars you recognize. He picks up his head and thought he heard something. Then he turns around to face you. One of his eye sockets is artificial, alternatively projecting a human eye, a snake's eye, and something even more alien in the time he looks you up. He looks like a shipwreck survivor, bare-chested, pants, red-paired. If so, he's better fed than you'd expect. Serian? He says, his human eye squinting in the light. What the hells do you want? He peers forward, as though trying to see into the cavern. Continue. Okay. Are you reading myself? The one who talks to machines. His brow furrows, where his artificial eye socket cycles through about a dozen different eye patterns in 2 seconds. His tongue drops to a dangerous low. Who are you? I'm not really saying. I am new cast off, using a Melcaster to project myself. I was told you could fix the resonance chamber. Masov's demon eye grows as white as a saucer. His other eye flips through a few images, landing on a red eye with 3 pupils that scrutinizes you up and down. This is beyond me, and that's saying something, he says, about the resonance chamber, though the only one who benefits from it is the changing god. That bastard's got nobody's interests at heart but his own. Don't listen to a damn thing he says. What does the resonance chamber do? The resonance chamber is only good for one thing. He holds up a finger, and that's snuffling us out. The changing god plans to use it to merge all of us, every stuffed that still lives, back into his body. That's his plan for stopping this arm. He puts a grease-stained hand on your shoulder. Look, I don't know who you are, or what your part in this is, but you cannot let him create a channel. You need. He glances over your shoulder as something in the cavern, though when you turn, you see nothing there. The first cell life, he whispers, drawing your attention back to me, and she's got her own plan for the chamber. One that won't kill us all. Kill us all. Our sire has a new cast-off body that he plans to use it as a catalyst for the chamber. But the first has a better plan. Something that won't snuff out every last one of us. Look for her in the bloom, he says grimly. Just make sure you don't. Before he can finish, you feel a wrenching twist in the center of your body like your heart is being drawn dry. Your vision turns black, and you feel as though your body were being sucked through a steel pipe. You're being pulled out of the mirror, but it's far more painful than it ever was before. Then myself, the cave, and everyone else disappears. Okay. The Spectre. You plant. Okay. First contemplate the sanctuary of Milabast. You plant your hand on the icy floor and push, staggering up to your feet. Every inch of your body aches, as though you've been crushed in a massive hand. The spectre stands before you, impassive. It may be your imagination, but he seems more solid than before. A phantom tendril, almost tendril, coils around your forehead, cool and soothing. You find yourself staring at your hand, your solid, real hand. Across from you, the spectre is still transparent. The tendril tightens once, as in the confirmation, or warning. Then the sensation is gone. You are alone here with the spectre once more. He is waiting for you to speak, frowning now. Okay, more options now. And we are in the labyrinth again, the Chin Ghost platform. You will be in a chat with the spectre, who has some plot revelations for us. Our conversations here place you upon the side quests we've done previously that give us more options to work with. First option is the changing God wants to destroy us. The changing God wants to destroy us. Your words tumble into the air and fall apart like handfuls of dust. And this time you are certain. The spectre is less transparent than he was even a second ago. I understand why you might see things that way, he says calmly. You barely hear him through the pain. But this is your mind. And in the psychic battle you fought alongside the warriors in the fifth eye, sharpened to a glittering edge. You inhale, clear the pain from your limbs, and gather your thoughts to you. Focusing, you open your eyes. The spectre, now slightly transparent, is speaking again. I have something I've been meaning to tell you. You see, I haven't been completely honest with you. I am not a part of you. You are a part of me. I created you. I am the changing God. Okay. Now, you shouldn't have lied to me. Maybe not, he admits, but when you landed in the labyrinth, I needed you to act, not ask questions. The sword was right behind you. He shrugs. But now, we are stick with the truth, no matter how unfair it may seem to you. I am the changing God. Now, I know this is a lot to take in. It means this body of yours is actually mine. I lived in it for years, and now that we know that the first is still alive, I need back. Okay? No, this is my body, not yours. I knew you'd say that, but let's get this straight. I lived in this body. I made it for a purpose. And now you say your wisp of a life outweighs my centuries of experience? Or maybe you think my first cast-off has a better way? Some magical solution to live out your false existence without price? I promised you. She has no such thing. She has always only killed to get what she wants. Her self-interest is just as strong as yours and mine. The only difference between the three of us is that I am real. You wouldn't exist if it weren't for me. You don't exist apart from me. Everything you are is a byproduct of my skills, my intellect, my experiences, and now that I have the chance to stop the sorrow, to save us all, you refuse me? Who in the hells are you? Okay. The changing God. Ha! No. Let me tell you what you are. Silvertide raised at a small amount. You are an accident of fate, a parasite in the mind I built. You are a child. I don't want to destroy you, but I will if I must. Give me control. Never. Then I will take it, the spectre says and spreads his arms. Tidal energy pours from the air around you, flowing into the spectre. The ground itself slips around your feet, holding you in place. You feel your grip on your body, your mind slipping by finger lengths. You are diminishing. He is winning. You search your mind, your hard-earned memories, for something that will loosen his hold on you. So many options now. Call upon the ghostly woman. Your machines have driven women in South Mar. What makes you think you deserve to return? I'm going to rip you out of your mind, out of my mind. We don't need to fight, unless the words of Cura unexpected. Call upon the ghostly woman from the recesses of your mind. Pull your feet free, give up and collapse. Call upon the ghostly woman from the recesses of your mind. The moment your mind touches on her, she is there, facing the spectre, sorrow and anger radiating from her eyes, her heart. Scowling, the spectre flicks his hand to the side in a dismissive gesture, and she fades away once more, taking some of his radiance with her. His outline collapses, becoming hazier. Your machines have driven women in South Mag. What makes you think you deserve to return? The spectre winces, as if you have struck him, and mutters something under his breath. Perception. You barely make out the words through the chaos around you. I will drive everyone in Sagus mad if that is what it took. Then he looks up, startled that you heard him. This moment of uncertainty costs him. A portion of his own energy lashes through him, stealing a portion of his strength. He is nearly transparent now, nearly gone. Unleash the words of Cura on the spectre. Drawing breath. You shout the sharp, barbed words that once destroyed the people of ancient Cura. They tear themselves from you and launched at the spectre, closing over his mind like a mouthful of yellow, jagged teeth. He staggers, hissing, then plunges his hands into his hair. One by one, the spectre forces the words out and crushes them in his now fading fists. With a shuddering gasp, he stumbles backwards, fading in and out of visibility. The pressure on your mind dwindles and ends. Fine, he says, eyeing you with cold contempt. If you're so intent of stopping the sorrow on your own, how about it? Let's see how you handle what's in store without my help, my guidance. Then he fades completely, but speaks again. His voice is coming from all around you, from every corner of your mind. He is not gone, only hiding himself in your mind. I wasted my time trying to reason with you. That won't happen again. As the portal closes behind you, something feels off. It only takes you a second to realize. The spectre is gone. It is quiet, now in the calm of your mind. But he is not truly gone, is he? You can still hear him out there, watching, waiting, perhaps for a moment of weakness in which to strike. Alright. And put this here. Alright, it's been 2 hours of stream. I think I should call it here. So see you next time and take care everyone.